Good morning, Pulpites. How are you doing? Welcome to Pulp Picks for this week. I'm Sarah.
I'm Fritz.
And I'm Patrick.
And in case you didn't notice, we are sans Corey this week.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Oh, Corey. He thinks he gets to take vacation time.
Crazy.
I know.
Whatever,
Ridiculous.
I guess.
There is no break when it comes to comic books.
It really doesn't feel like it.
All right, so as Corey would say, over to you, Fritz.
Now, in fairness to what we just said, who wants to take a break when you got comics this good coming out?
Ooh,
So-
well done.
My pick this week is Judgment Day issue 2, or Axe Judgment Day. I don't know. They keep calling it both. Either way, it's a great comic, continuing the current event story that Marvel's doing with all the X-Men, Eternals, Avengers, like having a big old fight, like as you do with a Marvel story. Here we have the newest addition to the Eternals, the Hex, which are giant, cool, super cool monsters like attacking Krakoa. The Avengers show up to help. There's a lot of tension there because everyone knows about the resurrection protocols now, which, you get reminded of, like, the Eternals also have their own kind of resurrection protocols, and there's a lot more at stake there when one of them dies. Because are we going to assume people have been checking out the Eternals book? Can we get into spoilers for that? Or
Yeah.
yeah. Every time an Eternal dies, they get brought back, but a human life gets sacrificed to bring him back.
Ooh.
But no one else knows that, so it's definitely something that's probably going to come out in the course of the story. And it's going to be interesting to see if people are mad about like mutants being able to do it without harming anyone. How are they going to feel about Eternals doing it, and it actively makes things worse for people? But no, there's a lot of fun stuff in here. There's a team of like Eternals, mutants, and Avengers trying to like basically rebuild a Celestial, and that goes predictably as wrong as you would expect it to. But it's cool. There's a lot of like real like deep cuts to like some of Gillen's earlier work on X-Men and Iron Man. Actually, a nice little reference to King in Black if you read that. But it's fun for if you're like deep into Marvel lore. If you're new to it, there's just honestly stuff for everyone in here. But highly recommend checking it out. Over to, I don't know, which one you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay,
We'll let Sarah wrap it up.
Patrick goes then. Yep.
We should probably address the fact that there's nothing behind us. Diamond's shipment did not arrive on time, but fear not, Sarah and crew will have everything out by open on New Comic Book Day.
Which is today, so make sure to stop in for
Which
that.
is today, so stop in because this wall will be full by the time you get here. I picked a book that I had no idea that I would pick. I kind of picked up Predator #1, just thinking like, well, I'll flip through it and check it out. And I read the first 4 pages and I was interested. And then I kept reading and it kept getting better. Ed Brisson, a well-known author, and Kev Walker working together, put together a really good book.
Yeah.
I thought that this was a lot of fun. The premise is great. Not at all what I was expecting. Plenty of Predator goodness. But yeah, there's the characters that were introduced. There's definitely a main character, and you get basically their origin story in this, and it was just a lot of fun. And yeah.
I love the relationship she has with the ship AI, where it's this kind of like weird, like kind of parental thing going on.
Yes. The whole the not being able to communicate with the aliens, not aliens, because those are in the Marvel comic book universe too. But there was a situation with some people on a planet that she could not communicate with, and it did not go well. But the art was great. The concept is really, really good. This is not just some tropey Predator book. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. So I highly recommend it, whether you're a Predator fan, a sci-fi in general fan, or honestly just a fan of a good story.
Yeah, it was really good. I didn't have very high expectations, I'm not going to lie, but I really liked that book.
Yeah, I think we all went into it being like, oh, let's see how this goes, and being like, oh, this was actually a lot of fun. Not what you'd expect.
And I've heard good things about Prey, but I haven't seen it yet.
I really want to watch it.
I'm even more excited about it now because if this is how Disney's going to handle this property now, maybe it'll be good. Everybody's worried they'd have the kid gloves on.
Who would have thought that the Predator Renaissance was coming?
Right?
Right? I love it.
Sarah, what did you pick this week?
I went with Harley Quinn number 19. So if you don't know, it's Harley's 30th anniversary, which is super cool. After originating, on the animated series in 92. But they've actually moved her to a weekly book to celebrate her 30 years. So starting last week with issue 18, it's a new story where Luke Fox has sent this team, Task Force XX, off to space. And we don't really know what they're doing in space yet, but Harley, of course, is on the team that gets to go, and she brings along Solomon Grundy, because why not? But it's a really interesting story. I think that Stephanie Phillips has a really good handle on Harley, and I think Jorge Duarte's art really works well for the character as well. So I really enjoy it. We still have copies of 18, so you're not really far behind. You can easily catch up. But it's a fun, just a fun way to honor her and her 30 years. So, yeah. Any last commentary, guys?
No, the variants for Harley have been super cool.
Yeah, they have some homage covers that have been really fun.
I just want to say, has there been any modern day success that's greater than Harley Quinn, who went from being this character introduced to a cartoon, where now she's had multiple live action movies, her own show that's been on for multiple seasons, comics out the wazoo. It's insane just how popular she is, and with good reason.
No.
Oh, for sure. I think there's a lot, and this is what, one of the things I like about comics in general is just when you can connect to a character on different levels, and I feel she has so many facets where different people could connect to her on a variety of
Well, and a lot of character growth too. I mean, she's really moved off from living in the shadow of the Joker to being her own person very strongly. So it's been an interesting run. Fun that she started on a cartoon and now she's got her own massively successful cartoon. That's great. We'll see what Lady Gaga does with the character. That's one of those things.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that it's that is so weird. It might just work. I know that a lot of people are losing their minds, but I'm gonna give it a try. I think I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with the character.
For sure.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Well, make sure you stop on in because, like we said, it's New Comic Book Day and the wall will be full very shortly with all of the good books. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe at Pulp CG, and we'll see you at 11.
See who needs Corey. We did it.